It's an honor to be here today. My name is Hibbert. I'm here to tell you how a Buffalo changed my life. The Buffalo is a mine-protected clearance vehicle used to detonate improvised explosives devices, better known as IEDs. Each of these vehicles costs over $700,000. It weighs 48,500 pounds by itself and can carry over 27,000 pounds load. This vehicle is completely fireproof. It is used to clear and investigate suspicious areas where IEDs can be located. IEDs are roadside bombs that are placed along the road, in the sand, or in places like animal carcasses, boxes, and cans. They can be controlled by remote trigger, radios, or even cell phones. We would check the IED with the arm of the Buffalo, which is a 30-foot retractable boom with a claw at the end. It picks up the potential IED to check and see if it needs to be detonated. If it needed to be detonated, we would clear a 300 to 500 meter perimeter and blow the IED up in place. The United States military currently owns 200 of these vehicles, and it's played a big role in my life. I'll tell you more about this later. I was born and raised in Brownsville, Texas. I'm an only child. My mother was a housewife, and my dad was in the Air Force before working as a production and quality control engineer, where he retired in 1997. Growing up, I was always active in the Boy Scouts and interested in the outdoors. I made it to Eagle Scout when I turned 18, which is the highest rank in the Boy Scouts. In order to be an Eagle Scout, you have to be 18 and earn at least 21 merit badges. Develop a service project, attend the Scoutmaster Conference, and complete the border review. I liked being a Boy Scout because I got to be outdoors with my friends doing things like rappelling and canoeing. I worked as a camp counselor at the Boy Scout camp, Camp Perry, for 2 years while I was in high school. I graduated from Porter High School of Technology in 1996. It was a magnet school geared specifically for engineering careers. At one point, I thought I wanted to join the Navy, but I changed my mind when I heard that you spend your first whole cruise looking out for the mail buoy. I made up my mind to join the Army because I had a law enforcement instructor in high school that was in the 82nd Airborne. He talked about the places he visited, like Panama and Grenada, the things he did when he trained, and other stuff that sounded really neat, like blowing things up while in the Army. That got me really interested in the Army, and I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. I joined the Army on September 18, 1996, just 10 days after my 18th birthday. I was very excited when I joined the Army. You could tell I was growing up. I'd go to the Army surplus store as a child, but this was real. It was like sealing the deal. When I got my uniform, it was a surreal moment. I remember thinking, wow, that's my uniform with my name on it. I was very proud. I went to boot camp at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and was stationed stateside at Fort Stewart in Georgia. My parents were very supportive of me joining the Army. They weren't upset about me moving away and were excited when I got stationed in Georgia. My mother grew up in Macon, Georgia, and a lot of my family lived here, so it was like coming home. I was in the 11th Engineer Battalion, 3rd Infantry Division. We did a lot of training. We spent 2 weeks out of every month in the field. We were a rapid deployment base, so we could go overseas at any given time. Most of the time, you didn't know if you're going for training or a real mission until you got there. When I was active duty in the Army, I was deployed to Korea from 96 to 97 doing engineering minefield audits. I was active duty in the Army until 98 when I changed over to the Georgia Army National Guard. At first I got out of the Army because I'd had my fill of active duty, but after a month I started missing the military. After vacation, a friend of mine and I met a National Guard recruiter at a restaurant, and he convinced me to join the National Guard. Since being in the National Guard, I've put on active duty deployments in Bosnia and Iraq. My son Ray was born a few weeks before I was deployed to Bosnia. I missed the first year and a half of his life because I was in Bosnia. I went on leave from Bosnia to Hungary and stayed on a military base there helping with administrative duties. I was deployed to Iraq in 2005 as part of an IED hunter team. While in Iraq, I was part of the Lion's Den route clearance mission. The Lion's Den is a forward observation base, or FOB, that we built out of a building that belonged to Uday Hussein, one of Saddam Hussein's sons.